Hey y'all, I do that every time. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Sean Taylor, Sean, the homeschool guru. Listen, I'm coming to you live to do some free homeschool coaching, and I would love for y'all to join me, right? So bear with me for a minute. I'm going to share this out to some groups, to some folks, and hopefully you will share with me. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm at soccer practice, and these little kids are chasing a bunny. I got distracted, real distracted. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to do something. But if you're coming in and say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I'm trying to share, but I'm getting distracted because they're chasing the bunny. Hold on, y'all. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm just not going to do it anymore. How about that? So again, thank you so much for joining me. Listen, I wanted to come on here and have a live Q&A with you, y'all. I am sitting at soccer practice in my car. As you can see, y'all, this is normal for me. My kid plays competitive soccer, so I am in the car often. Yeah, this is just how I am. So y'all get how I live. Like, this is every day for me, right? So if you're coming in, say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. And then I need you to share. Let's get some people in here. Share, share, share. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation about homeschooling in general. But what I want to say to you more than anything else is I know that right now a lot has changed because of COVID, right? So a lot of people had no intention of homeschooling, but then when COVID hit, they were kind of forced into homeschooling ish. It was more so a public school at home than anything else. But they were forced into homeschooling ish. And there's a concern, right? Whether or not you can do this thing, right? Like whether or not this is something that you can do. And so I know that now that everybody's got into it, it's a year. Some people are like, yes, I definitely can do this. And then some people are like, nah, fam, I'm not about that life. Like homeschooling is not, this is not where it's at. And so I wanted to have that conversation with you on how to determine, how to figure out whether or not it works or whether or not it's for you. Y'all bear with me because I don't like the way the light is shining. Is Let's see if I can change that. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna have the conversation. We're gonna have this conversation about homeschooling and why it's important, right? What are some things that you can do when you're getting to that point where you're like exhausted and you're tired? Again, we talked about that last night, but homeschooling is important. I will tell you my story more than anything else. Okay, so my child was going to be a part of a SPED program. He was supposed to do something like pray for my family back in India. Okay, hey Thea, thank you. Um, I got completely distracted, y'all. I'm having trouble focusing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my brain, I'm all over the place. But we had never planned to homeschool. I have told y'all that many times before. It was never in our plan to homeschool. I was working at a top level company, making lots of money. I had several hundred people underneath me. And my goal was to continue to flourish in my career. There was absolutely there was no plan in my life to homeschool whatsoever. And what basically happened was my son was having some issues with comprehension and they decided to get him tested. And when they got him tested, whatever the case may be, there was a program or a system, an IEP that they had came up with, and the IEP was called pullouts. And so what pullouts was to basically the teacher would teach the lesson. Okay, so the teacher would teach the lesson, and then the last, like when they do their own independent work, the special ed teacher would grab my son and pull him to the side and go over it with him again and allow him to work on it until he understood the concept. Okay, so that's what pullouts are. Hey Leandra, hey Thea. So that's what pullouts were. So they pulled him out. We agreed to it. They pulled him out. We immediately started seeing a difference, right? So we immediately started to see a difference off of the one-on-one time with the special ed teacher, like immediately. Okay. And so after all is said and done, maybe a month or so later, we're doing some stuff and we're getting grades and we're getting schoolwork and all that good stuff. And he's declining like rapidly. From what they had done previously, he was doing terrible. Like it was bad. It was really bad. And we couldn't figure out what was going on. So I called the school to find out what was going on, y'all. And come to find out, these nuts, the special ed teacher had quit, moved to a different school because the school that she was at was like 45 minutes to an hour away from her. And so she decided to take a job that was closer to her home, right? So come to find out, she quit. They had a teacher come in to start the job. The teacher was there for maybe a week or two, and then she quit. So that's two special ed teachers, right? So she quit, and then they had like a temp, like a substitute teacher come in, but she wasn't really a special ed teacher. She was a substitute teacher. She comes in, right, and she quit. So that's three special ed teachers, y'all, that has quit. So she quits, and then once she quits, what they decide to do is continue the pull-out process, but not with the teacher. So my son was literally being pulled out of class, right? Sent to the library during class, and he sat there. He played games on the computer. He read. He did whatever. So, y'all, this is my story, true story. Okay. So instead of the pullouts happening like they were supposed to, where they were supposed to pull him out and work with him one on one, they were pulling him out in hopes that a teacher was coming soon and they would be able to get it corrected. My baby was sitting in the darn library every time. No joke. No joke. Yes, three quit. And again, the first teacher was bomb. He loved her. I loved her. She was amazing, right? He like excelled immediately. And it was all because of the one-on-one teaching. Um, and so the first teacher quit only because, again, it was taking her 45 minutes to get to school. So she was getting 45 minutes to get to school and then 45 minutes. That was with no traffic to get home. So with traffic, it was probably like an hour and a half. And so it was too much on her. So she decided to quit. And she didn't tell me. And of course, she didn't have to. That was not something she had to tell me. But she quit. And then they had a second one. And the second one, I believe, from what I understand, quit because there were too many special ed students for one special ed teacher. So she was consumed and not able to give them the attention that she wanted to give them or thought that they should need or that she thought that they needed. So she quit. I kind of don't blame her for that, right? Like if a job is too much and you see it right off the bat, why stay in it? And then the substitute teacher, right? So we're talking about the substitute teacher. She was like, no, I'm a substitute teacher. I'm not about this life, the special ed life. Y'all, so my son was being sent to the library every goddamn day in class, not getting what he was supposed to be getting. Like, not at all. So my husband and I are sitting there talking, and what we know is that those pullouts, the one-on-ones, is what was making the difference when he was in his education. That's what was making the difference. Spending that one-on-one time. So teaching him the lesson and then sitting there with him and making sure he fully understood what was happening, what was needed, what was going on. We noticed that one-on-one, that customizing of his education is what changed for him. It's what made things different. So that is what started our homeschool journey, that alone, right? We learned that we could customize. We learned that one-on-one education made a huge difference. And so we were like, well, if it makes that big of a difference for him, then what can it do for my other two kids? And then my other two kids, one kid was the kid who finished her schoolwork all of the time before everybody else and then was helping everyone else. Same thing with my younger kid. He was exactly the same. He would get his work, he would finish it early, and then he would be helping other students. And what I felt was that was not his responsibility. Yes, we teach our kids to help and assist. If someone needs help, you do help them. You don't leave them stuck. But it's not his responsibility to help educate the children. That's what we felt. Okay? And so that started our whole journey on homeschooling. Okay? So that's the backstory. Okay? Now, I told you never in my wildest dreams that I think that I was going to be homeschooling. But on top of that, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I could do it. And I say this all the time. Y'all, if I can do this, if Sean, middle name, maiden name, Taylor, can homeschool her children, I truthfully believe that anyone can homeschool their children. It's a matter of finding what works for that child. It's a matter of finding what works for you as a family and customizing it to what they need, right? And so I am big on that. Like my whole thing is helping families find their tailor-made fit, finding your custom fit for homeschooling, because what works for me is not always going to work for you. It's not people, and I'm trying not to be ugly, but people use the traditional school system and try to bring it home and try to educate their children with the traditional school system, and that's not how it works. That's not how homeschooling is at all. Yes, we use bookwork. Yes, we do timers. Yes, we do worksheets. Yes, we do all of that. But homeschooling is a lifestyle, y'all. It's a whole lifestyle. It is completely different than you would actually think. And so again, this is live Q&A, y'all. Y'all are more than welcome to ask questions. I'm just like telling my story so you know my backstory of what's going on, or what it is. So when I first started, homeschooling, y'all, I was left on the bed the very first day. I thought that I was going to manage homeschooling like I managed the employees that worked with me or worked underneath me. I had managed all these people, and I was like, bruh, I'm a manager. I do this. Like I break up fights. Okay, I calm situations down. I regulate. I give assignments and deadlines and teach, and I do instructional manuals and videos and all that stuff. I should be able to do that. Like this, that's what I. That's what I was thinking. And when I got home and tried to incorporate all of that into my normal life, y'all, I sucked and I cried. I was left on the edge of the bed crying, like upset, y'all, upset because I thought I had it together, but I didn't have it together. People say homeschooling is not for everyone, and I'm inclined to believe that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to say that's not for everybody, but I kind of don't believe that it is for everyone. But I do believe everyone can do it, even if it's for just a short time period. So y'all talk back to me if you're here. Say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here, and then share, share, share. Let's get some people in here. Y'all, and I'm so excited. Listen, so tomorrow, if you're unfamiliar, tomorrow is the start of the Tailor Made Homeschooling Virtual Conference, y'all. It starts tomorrow, tomorrow. Sessions roll out tomorrow. The grab bag comes out tomorrow. Like, y'all, I'm excited. The live panel discussions start tomorrow. We have a total of 6 live panel discussions that are happening. Let me get those for you. Hold on one second, and I'll tell you what we're talking about in these live panel discussions. Y'all, it's gonna be good stuff. Hold on. Hold your mule. Hold your mule. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Don't judge me, okay? So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different discussions that we'll be having as live panel, right? And so the first one is socialization. Is it really that big of a deal? Okay, that's the first one we talked about. If you follow me, then you know how I feel about socialization. But we're gonna have a panel discussion because my opinion is not the only one that matters, right? I mean, honestly, my opinion only matters to my family. I mean, y'all can do what you want. Let's just be honest. The second one is my family doesn't believe my kids are learning. I've had this conversation several times. Working and homeschooling is impossible. What the Sam Hill? Dirt it on me, child. Must have been a flying it. Working and homeschooling is impossible. The next one is my kids are getting on my nerves. My kids are getting on my nerves. Y'all listen. Y'all, this is my story. I love my babies. They're doing nothing but being my babies, and they get on my nerves. But we're going to talk about that, okay? Another live panel discussion is you can't homeschool as a single parent. I have heard this multiple times before, over and over again. You can't homeschool if you're a single parent. There's absolutely no way. Well, I have parents that are actually homeschooling. I have Lakeisha Williams, who is the real homeschool mom. I believe is her handle. She homeschools. She's a single parent homeschool. I have Kimberly Tardy. I keep saying that. Kimberly Tardy. She's a single parent homeschooler. I have Adira. She's a single parent homeschooling. She talks about in her session the value of a village, of having a support system. And then there's one more, and I can't think of who it is. Jade. Jade also is on there talking about single parent homeschooling. Okay. Let's see. And then the last one is homeschooling isn't for everyone. And so I just told y'all my opinion, but we're going to have a live panel discussion of that, right? So we're going to talk about it as a panel, and you guys are going to join in the conversation. But the only way that you're going to get to be a part of these live panel discussions is for you to join the conference. So go to the website, tailormadehomeschooling.com. It's pinned, it's right there. I see it on the screen. Go to the website, buy your ticket, and listen, if you've already bought your ticket, I want to remind you to join the conference Facebook group because that's where the live panel discussions will happen. That's where the giveaways will happen. Ooh, I forgot the giveaways. So we have curriculum giveaways. We have Amazon gift card giveaways. We have Target card giveaways. We have Holden Homeschool has sponsored a half of a year membership. I think two, if I remember correctly. Kids and Culture has sponsored some cookbooks or book. I might have made it up, but I think it's a cookbook, y'all. But we have all kind of giveaways for the conference. Do me a favor, go to the website tailormadehomeschooling.com. It's on the screen. Sign up, guys. You have until Saturday, right, to sign up, but you have a whole entire year to access the conference. So, say for instance, you can't get to the conference right now, there's a family emergency or something's going on, you're too busy. Purchase your ticket now because the tickets will never go on sale again after Saturday. They're done. But then you have a whole entire year to access the conference. So you can watch a little bit here and there. You can come back to it. You can download the freebies later on. You have access to the swag bag, all that good stuff. You will have access to for a entire year. Okay. So listen, y'all join me. I'm excited, y'all. This has been a labor of love. I'm tired. I was telling the speakers earlier today that I am not sleeping. It is now 7:39, and I'm drinking coffee because so much is required of me in the next few hours. But listen, y'all, join me in the conference. I'm just excited. I'm excited about what's going on. But y'all have an absolutely wonderful day. Y'all not gonna talk to me, so I'm not gonna stay on here and talk to myself any longer. But y'all have an absolutely wonderful, blessed day. Join me at the Tailor Made Homeschooling HBC 2021. It starts tonight at midnight, right?